Welcome to the Ranting Raving Pod. It's your girl Pink Lee. I got with me.
Oh, my fault, yo. I did last week. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm not on point, but I'm on point now. What's going on, y'all? What's up? So what's going on to the chat? What's going on to you guys on camera? I'm so sorry for me being off, but it's your boy, Mr. Rufflesome Fellas, a.k.a. your boy, Too Cocky Dre, a.k.a. your favorite villain, and we got our guest host with us.
Yo, it's BREEZY TREEZ. That's BREEZY TREEZ.
BREEZY TREEZ, tell us where you're from and what you do.
I'm from PG County, Maryland, and I recently just moved out to Philadelphia, PA. I'm an accountant for an IT company, so you need your taxes. I'm holla at your boy. But I also make music. I really just started doing that about a year ago. But shout out to Open Vibe Philly. They really gave me an opportunity.
All right.
Shout out to you, bro. Like you getting people money back. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So we want to give a special thanks to our sponsor, Pink Drink. We got the Code Green Knockout here on deck. Just know that you guys can always get a pink drink 24/7. We can send it to you. You can come get it. You can do pre-orders. As you know, you can follow at PINKKDRINKKS. And what you'll be able to do is click that link in the bio, which is an order form. Or if that's too much work, like some of you guys think it is, you can just DM me and we'll get you set up. So shout out to Pink Drinks. So we're gonna start with words of wisdom. You know, we always take it back. We're about to be on episode 89, but we take it all the way back to the beginning. So since we've been doing that, we're on episode 5, taking it back. And episode 5 was don't let anyone dim your light. And I feel like at that time I was going through, it's probably a time of transition, kind of like becoming in full bloom, right? So my mindset was kind of like, wow, I see so many people who were so supportive when I was maybe being messy or maybe not, not on my A game. But now that I'm trying to do better, you kind of see people trying to dim your light and you see people trying to hold you back and pull you back to where you were. And, it's sad that people do that, but we can't let anyone dim our light. We have to be 100% secure. We have to be 100% confident in what we do. We have to understand that our mission is our mission. Our goal is our goal. And if we are on the way to doing what we need to do, and if we're trying to reach that goal, then we can't let people get in our way, outside opinions. We can't let any of that stuff bother us. We just can't. Distraction, things of that nature, we got to stay focused. So what do you guys have to say about that? What do you think about people trying to dim your light? Have you ever had someone try to dim your light, and what did you do about it?
Honestly, I feel like the most important thing for real is always like self-confidence and believing like in yourself and what you say and what you do. Like, people are always going to like doubt you because they have a certain image of who you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to do. And like, your dreams are your dreams, and nobody going to believe them until you do. So you got to really put that work in. So like, yeah, I don't have people tell me like, why are you wasting your time with this? Like, you should be doing other things. You should be doing this, doing that. But honestly, like, this is what I want to do. This is like something I enjoy doing for real. It doesn't feel like work. Even though like it's something that could make me money if, it gets to that point. But like, I do it for the love of it for real. And like, that's what people don't understand. Like, when you love doing something, it's just like it's never gonna be work. But yeah, I mean, people dim your light, it's always gonna have haters, but haters tune in too. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So hey.
Yeah,
that's factual. For myself, yeah, everybody had people that then they like. I'm honestly, when you asked the question, I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, did I? I don't know, did I? But then I'm like, of course, because it's like, people will try to dim your light by just having an opinion. So or a unwanted opinion,
facts,
an unasked opinion. So, we deal with that a lot as people.
Yeah.
But, I say to all the people who let people dimming their light affect them, chin up, mate. All right? Like, don't, look, I know it's hard because let me get serious with y'all real quick. I know it's hard because I've actually spoken with people who've letting things that people said affect them. mentally. And, me being a little ignorant at the time, not understanding, because I'm different. Like, I don't let people words affect me. It's like, you said that? Cool. That's fine. Stand. It's like, it's fine. I even had a conversation with my sis, and she like, I don't know, like, I can't take people like this, like disrespecting me, like saying things. My thing is, I always been like this. You can say whatever you want until you're ready to fight. Once you swing, let's go. But speak as much as you want. Say whatever you want. So for the people that's letting people words affect them, come on, man. Like, look, they can't break you for real.
Never.
What they say won't make you a millionaire. Their opinion of you won't make you anything but whatever. Like, I honestly, I can't even think of a word, but their opinion of you won't make you, honestly, it won't make you ish. Let's just say that. I can't curse. So their opinion won't make you ish. So don't let nobody opinion of your life or whatever you're trying to do, if you're doing music, if you're a janitor, if you're trying to climb Mount Everest, if they tell you, oh, why would you want to do that? Oh, it's impossible. Just look at them and say, God bless.
Real spill. Like that.
Yeah. I agree with both of you guys. That's the best mindset to have, especially being an entrepreneur like myself. Like, everyone's going to tell you need to stop doing what you're doing and just get a job. That's the biggest thing they're going to tell you. Oh, just go get a job. And it's like, I have a, you know what I mean? I had a career in something that I could go back to whenever I want and be successful in that. However, would I be happy? You know what I mean? And those are the things to be worried about, your happiness and your peace of mind. Like you said, like, you could say whatever you want. It's not going to affect me. And I like what you brought up about the mental health, because I think a lot of times people, like the internet, especially, but people will let all these things bother them to the point where they're like mentally anxious. They're anxious about it, and they're like, can't sleep at night. And now they have all these problems and issues that's based off like outside opinions that really, really don't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, the problem is, I think, honestly, I think that the big problem with a lot of people is that they literally will let somebody say some things to them and sit there and be like, They'll literally sit there and like think about it and really be like stuck in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially when like they're trying to do something, like they have a vision of something, and somebody try to steer them away from the vision, not really realizing that they have that opinion because they don't see what I see. Yeah. It's not for them to see what I see. Like, it's not for me to see what they see.
Yeah, I have a phrase that I say in one of my songs that's on the new album, Sunflower and Gunpowder, that drops in like 3.5 days. Y'all check that out. But it's what's meant for me won't miss me. And I truly believe that. Like, I live by that. And another thing is, one of my affirmations I say every morning, and my whole little thing is, today I do what they won't, so tomorrow I can do what they don't. But I change it to can't. So I say, tomorrow I do what they won't, so tomorrow I can do what they can't. And that's how I live my life. And you know what I mean? I don't ask nobody for nothing. So it's like, you can't tell me, you can't dictate what decisions I make and how I do things, because I ain't asked you for nothing. Exactly. If I'm begging people for, if you begging people for stuff and you did, then you're like warranting that outside opinion. But if you're not doing that, then mind your business.
But that's still not cool neither, though, because I hate that, because I hate when you ask people for help and they help you. I hate the fact that because they're helping you, they think that they have the right to dictate how you do whatever you're going to do. Yeah. I ask for your help. If you're going to help me, but don't try to steer me your way.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but I feel like sometimes people will help you in order to have that type of opinion, right? Control, right?
So, like, do you think that help always comes with the ulterior motive?
I don't think it always comes with ulterior motives, but I think it comes with a sense of like entitlement in a way. Okay. I feel like when someone helps someone, you almost feel like, maybe not, because I feel like if I help somebody, I don't really expect anything back, because that's just how I am. I know there's people like that, but I feel like the majority of people have this like, well, I helped you, so you owe me one on the back end type of thing. I feel like some people want that. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think?
In business, for real, like, I feel like if you come to help somebody, it should be like a partnership. For real.
Absolutely.
It should be a mutual understanding that this is gonna benefit me, but it's like you should want it to benefit both parties for real, because it's a favor for real. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, but not all the time it should, because it's like sometimes help should just be genuine.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not genuine, but at the same time, if you can maximize the help, you feel me? Like, if, say, you give me free studio session and we make a song, it blow up, I gotta look out for you. Like,
well, I mean, that's from the back end, right?
Principle.
Right, yeah, like that's just being, like that's just throwing back the kindness or whatever. So I feel that, but it's like, it's just I don't want people to ever feel like, just because I'm helping, I need something from it, because it's like, sometimes I help people and honestly I don't want nothing from it. Like, like I'll put people on the money and I don't want nothing from that. Just go ahead and eat. It's like, I feel like if you ever get like you said, if you blow up or something, and you thinking about a couple people like to look out for, look me up, right? But because it's like, a lot of times you have some people who will blow up and they'll look out for everybody but the people that really put them in that position.
That's true.
It's like they forget them, but it's like they go be savior to everybody else.
That's true. I like what you said about, though, when you said, like, in business, it should be mutually beneficial. I feel like that's such a thing that I deal with, like, currently, like, just with pink drinks. Like, a lot of times people may want me to pull up to an event or something like that and bring pink drinks, and it's like, well, there's going to be 4 people here, and the flyer is not inviting people because no one can read it. It's like like whatever, or you know what I mean? You just seem disorganized in general. So my brand that stands firm by itself, that makes money, you know what I mean? That has a following. What would make me want to come here? And I feel like if there's and I always ask that question, right? And then they'll give me a response, and it's up to me to make my decision on whether I want to come there or not, right? But if it's mutually beneficial, then I know, like, and this is just business. It's not personal. This is just business. Then, it wouldn't, why would I go? Right. Why am I going to be there? So I like that you drew that line in between, helping someone personally and then helping someone in terms of, like, a business help, because I'm not going to, you want me to lose money coming to your event type of thing? Right. You know what I mean? So
can I help you at the detriment of myself?
Right.
You feel
exactly
me?
that.
I want to be hurt, like, trying to do something good for you.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
not saying that, like, you should look at it like, oh, I need something good from you every time I help you out.
Well,
but, like,
in business, yes, it has to be that, or else the business is not successful. Like, personally, it could be all the help in the world. When it comes to business, I have to protect my business and my brand.
If it don't make dollars,
it don't make sense. Like, let's go. One of my favorite phrases. All right, we're about to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to get into dating while pregnant. We are going to get into some, should you leave that man if he ain't got no job and it's been like 2 years and he's still working on his comedy career? Or that girl who just want to be an MUA, but it's been 4 jobs. 4 years later, she ain't had no job. She selling her food stamp, like whatever. What should y'all do? We about to get into a lot of crazy stuff, so y'all stay locked in, because y'all know once we lock in, ain't no switching up. We'll be right back. You know what? So crazy. I used to write up until, like, I want to say, like, maybe 5 years ago. Maybe like 8 years ago. I used to write in composition books, like, always. And I will always have my composition books. And sometimes I'll be like, yeah, it's so deep. I was writing this. I was crying. You see the tears on the paper. But then one day, you lose books. Things happen, and that's what forced me to start writing in my phone. But a lot of people don't write. That's like I feel like that's a new thing where people kind of go in the booth and kind of express themselves. But for me, I'm a writer.
But you gotta think though. I've been doing this since 2009.
Minute, right?
2008, 2009. Yeah. I've been doing this since then. So it's like I would just go in my car and cut on the beat and just keep replaying. Just like keep repeating like the words in my head.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be doing that, like, cause I'll get on the road. I go to Maryland. Like, I go all over the place for real. When I take the trips, when I used to live in Allentown, take this hour drive.
Right.
I just turn the beat on and just start listening to beats. Listening to beats, come up with a hook. Start singing the hook over and over.
Yeah.
Boom. Start writing the phone. Then you get the bump and you're like, okay.
Or that's what you do though, right? If you don't want to write it down, just cut your video on. There you go. Because honestly, that's what I do, because it's like then I never forget the flow that I used on the beat.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because now I can just go back to it like, oh, all right, I said it like this. Because sometimes you'll write it, and when like you hear the beat, and then you're like, I forgot how I said it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Or no, that's a good tip for those who are like maybe trying to get into that style who can't. Like me, I'm a writer by heart, so like I'll write. Like I'm working on a book. I got short story. I just love writing. I love the whole like it's just like therapeutic for me. So, but I understand that that's not everybody's thing. So I think that's a good tip for artists who maybe like are trying to. One thing I do though is I use like the recorder on my phone, and I'll play the beat in the back, and I'll like spit my lyrics over before I go into the studio.
I used to do
so
that,
that way, yeah, I'm like, and I'm ping pong in the booth. You already know I'm one take, and I'm 1-2 takes, and I'm out. Like I don't waste time in there. So, but that's because of that style, and that's probably the same with you. You're able to create because you had to have it there, and you good to go.
I'm in there. I ain't even gonna lie on camera. I be trying to be one take hove, but
but your style for writing is a little different. So I feel like it allows room for mistakes a little bit.
You know what
I mean?
That's what. Shout out to Snap, because Snap said it to me. Snap was like, I was recording. He was like, "That's why you write your raps down." Like, he was like yelling it from like the other room. Whatever.
That's crazy.
I was cracking up, and I'm like, yeah, because it's like when doing it like that. Sometimes, especially if like I just do it like that day, I'm gonna be at least like 15 takes probably.
I like quick takes too though. Like
yeah,
I like to do the first take. It's like just a dry run. I go like as far as I can go without what I'm saying, really messing up bad. And then I listen to it. I'm like, okay, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Then I come back and then I'm trying to like fix it. Just do levels and re-records and here and there type.
Right, because like you sit with it for a minute.
Man,
like,
I ain't gonna lie. Like when I go into the booth, I know like I done said it probably like 100,000 times. Just like throughout the day, I just be saying my rhymes for real. I ain't gonna lie. That's where I be rehearsing too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like when I be walking through the hall, I'm back in the streets and this business as usual, getting this money. The hundreds is blue. I don't know. Like I mean,
that's what you're supposed to. That's how you know That's how I can spit a verse from like 2008 easily. Because I've always been that way, always reciting my bar, especially, and like when you make good music that you like, your own songs be getting stuck in your head.
Right.
You ever had your own song get stuck in your head? You be like, this is my joint. Oh, I made this. Like,
no, real rap. That's how I am. Like this new record, like that I made for my joint or whatever, and it's like it's so like I'm so stuck with it now. It's like
you're obsessed, right?
I'm obsessed, and like I gotta make myself not listen to it so I don't like burn it out in my head. So I'm like,
I do that too, burn my own song out, and then like everyone else still likes it. And you're like, yeah, I love this. I know I created it.
Let me ask y'all this though, right? Out of y'all whole time rapping or whatever, what's the like? How many like? What's the longest takes that you ever had? Like how many? Like what's the longest in the studio? Like. Cause I know y'all ain't been one take forever, so it's like it had to be a moment where like even like in the beginning. What's the longest?
Yeah.
I think. You got one already?
Yeah. Like when I first started for real, like, I mean, I originally like I started when I was in college, like with my roommates. We had like a little setup, like Jimmy Rig got the shoebox tops. Okay. You feel me? Around the mic.
Everybody started somewhere.
I was doing
it. Like so. Man, it was just like an all night type thing. It was like we had a crib, man. It was turned in that joint. You feel me? So, it took a minute, and the song was only like 2.5 minutes. It was 2 people on that joint. Like,
so y'all was probably doing like 8 or even 12.
It took like 8 hours for a 2.5 minute song.
I don't even want. Yeah, I can't even. I can't even. Straight.
Like nah,
y'all was probably getting lit in between and all
that.
Nah,
we was definitely getting lit in between.
Yeah,
like,
y'all had to be taking breaks. Y'all had to be taking breaks. There was mad breaks in between that.
Yeah, shawty split up. You feel me? It was
cool.
Good time.
It had to be mad breaks because like he said 8 hours. I'm like,
but
wow.
Like, bro, like we knew it was all right. We're gonna do this today. Like we already had our parts written.
It had to be women involved too, wasn't it? Okay, all right. He gets a pass.
You feel me?
Like, definitely gets a pass.
It was like it was a Friday. You feel me? Like we was trying to get this joint done though. I was trying to get it done, to be honest. You feel me? It's on my SoundCloud.
So, all right, then what about, one of like the times where like you were just locked in and it wasn't an 8-hour joint, but you had to do it like you had to spit a verse in the joint. How many takes it took you?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It don't be taking me that many takes, bro. Because I be knowing. So I be going into the booth. Yeah. I be going into the booth knowing knowing what I wanted to sound like. Plus, I got a mic in the crib. So sometimes I record it back at the crib just on some like bootleg, really just you feel me?
You gotta live with it a little bit first.
Yeah. So like you probably say probably like 5.
5.
5. What about you?
Not like 7.
7. Okay.
I would say I don't know the amount, but I would say probably around 5 to 10 for candy bars. Like I'm the same way as Breeze. Like I rehearse my stuff so much, and one of that. And let me just say this one thing for a female rapper, I've always paid for my own studio time. That's one thing about it. I've always paid for my own studio time. I know that a lot of females don't pay for their own studio time. A lot of people don't pay for their studio time, but I know female especially. So me being a female, me always wanting to present myself as like a woman who has their stuff together. I've always made sure that I go in the booth standing on business. Like I'm never in there to play. I'm never in there with a bunch of people. Like I might have one girlfriend with me or something like that, or one person with me, but like I'm not that type of person. And I feel like I have to be like that because of the way the culture is set up. You know what I mean? For females in rap music. But candy bars was so hard for me because it was like I don't rap drill rap. Right. And it was in this time where I was trying to like force, like, I don't know if I was forcing myself to try to do like a drill type song because people were letting outside opinions kind of like influence me, like, oh, I should rap this way or I should try to do this, and not really being true to my flow and not being true to myself. And I was like, I'm about $1, leader don't follow. Like it was just like, this isn't me. And it was so troubling for me to get the song out because it wasn't. And to this day, I've never performed candy bars and probably never will because it's not, even though I love the track. It's a great song. People love it. It's a great video, everything. It just wasn't me. And because I wasn't comfortable with it, it didn't come out. Like it took me a little minute to get that out. So
now,
yeah.
I don't feel, when Snap see this, I don't feel bad. We have a track called Like Dookie on our album that's coming out soon. Yeah, I said Like Dookie. All right. Snap thought of the name. It wasn't mine. All right. But you know, we gonna be performing that April 1st at the Vibe. Make sure that y'all get y'all tickets. Make sure that y'all there.
Facts.
But he's performing his verse. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna perform." I said, "No. You're gonna perform your verse. I'm not gonna perform mine because if I ever perform that, then that means that I really became super comfortable with that verse. That was something that, like the flow like I did on there, is something that I'm not really used to, like the fast flow and like switching how I did, and then the breakdowns and how fast I did them. That took a while in the booth. So it's like for me, like performing that, it's like the only way I'm doing that is if he catch some of it and then I catch pause. If he catch some of the words.
No diddy.
Yeah, like as in Quilly would say, no diddy.
No diddy.
You know what? No. I'm not doing that to Diddy. That's my dog, bro. Like until we get some until we get some true evidence, I'm not doing that to Diddy. So I'm gonna just say pause. All right, the Harlem thing, pause. Yeah.
I'm gonna chill on Diddy too, even though he was twinning with Meek Mill head to toe. But I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna relax though.
All right, shout out to Meek.
Not too much.
Shout out to Meek. Shout out to Philly. But yeah. So when they come to like when they come to like that song, I feel like the same way as you. But when they come to like my takes, if I'm being honest. Took me about almost 50 takes before. About almost 50.
But you got it.
And this was back in the day, though. This was like back when it was like the Too Cocky to Care studio, and we had one of those portable closets that like people would be like getting from like the store and that you could like zipper up. Like eventually we had put that up and we put like a big, super big, thick a big blanket over it or whatever. We put like a big blanket over to like keep the sound. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I recorded
you remember
that?
that? Oh yeah, see, all right.
I recorded there before.
Shout out to Vern, Hood Geek, doing this thing out here. We see you. But yeah. So it's like that joint. That was our booth, and it took me like almost 50 takes in that joint. I had people irked.
But you got the job done, and that's what counts.
I mean, it'd be like that though. Like when I first started, like when I was in college, for real, like my whole football team, we just pull up to the crib, and we just try to make music for real, make songs. So like I already know, like sometimes you get to that point where you gotta take 50 takes. You feel me? Yeah. We had one dude, he consistently take 50 takes.
Oh wow!
Like. But it was like every time he wasn't gonna kick him out the booth because I mean that's my man. You feel me?
So let me ask you this then. All right. So from, you saying that you like your football team, y'all used to come back record. I know, obviously not at school no more. So what I'm basically asking is, how many of them are still doing music now?
I mean, including me?
Well, no, not including you.
I would say I think 2, maybe 2. Then one person got a podcast.
How many
Shout
of
out to SLM TV.
All right, so are they, and no shade to them, shout out to them. So like I gotta say no shade, like the next question. Are they like popping like you right now? Is it like they on like a run like you, or have they had a run like you?
I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself having a run yet. I'm just getting started.
Okay.
Like,
you got a little buzz though out here, man. You got a buzz.
I mean, I feel that, like,
especially whenever I'm playing you in the car, you got a buzz.
I appreciate. Hey, that's love, dog.
That's
real
lit.
live.
I love that.
That's what's up though, because it's like I only ask that question because it's like, you know, seeing like, you know, you having like, you know, like like you starting to get this buzz that you want. It's like, you know, shout out to Jesus Walks, because that crazy. The drums on that joint go. Yeah, you gotta crank it up. You can't play it low. You gotta be in your. You gotta get your. You know what I'm saying? See, I put a little on it. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I only asked the question because it's like, you know, I know like college was like a crazy time for you. So it's like I know like you probably look back at that time. You like, yo, I done came so far, and it's like I did music there to now. How I'm doing music now to like the visuals, like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm putting out, and you know, I'm like, you know, I was just wondering like if like the whole team was on there, but you said like 2 of them got, well, one of them got
man,
podcast.
like,
that's what's up.
The journey like to where it is right now, like I took a break for like I did it like just recreationally. I started like with my old roommate. He really made music. He used to really sing and freestyle, all that, and he had the booth. I just had the computer. You feel me? So
okay. So it was like.
So you feel me? Like I just started, and I was like, okay. I mean, I like doing this. You feel me? It's something I like to do. I like to create. I like to write. Like always been on some like poetry. Like even in like back in the day.
That's what's up. So we sorry y'all for like coming off track, but you know that conversation was deep. Like
it's not off track at all, because I like, you know what I mean. That's I feel like, you know, us being a podcast for everybody, there's artists out here watching that who need to hear these stories and maybe feel encouraged to keep doing what they're doing, or maybe say, hey, this ain't for me, because it's not for everybody. So I feel like these are healthy conversations that need to be had. Right. And it's encouraging for someone to be like, hey, it used to take me 50 times in the booth, and now it takes me about 3, 4. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's an important conversation. All these things are important. And, you know, when it comes time to, you know, for us to be the legends that we are, they're going to go back to these podcasts and be like, yo, see, I know I could do it, like that type of thing. So it's all love.
Yeah. Speaking of
it's all love.
I am legends.
But we're about to take a quick break. When we get back, I promise you, we're going to get into dating while pregnant and supporting your significant other while they're on the road to success. Just stay locked in, because you know once you're locked in, ain't no switching up. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to the Ranting Raving Pod, y'all. So we're about to get into a little spicy topic of the night. Well, it's not too spicy, but I think we're going to have some opinions. So I'm asking you guys, the consumers, the viewers, and I'm also asking my co-host here. So I was watching a Desi Banks interview, right? And with Shannon Sharp, and basically he was talking about, you know, how he was working a job and he wasn't able to contribute to the household, you know, him and his girl, that much, right? He was making just enough to contribute a little bit, and he was able to keep his phone on. And the reason why he made it a point to say that he kept his phone on was because that's how he was shooting his skits and his videos to put on Instagram to try to grow his following, his fan base, right? And she just had enough. She couldn't stick it out. It was a few years, and she just didn't see progression. And she didn't really, you know, he felt that she didn't believe in him enough. You know, he felt like she gave up too fast. She kicked him out. He had to go to his grandmom's house, and a couple years later, he's arrived. He's now a multimillionaire, you know, multiple streams of income. He's obviously famous for doing comedy, but he has other things going on. So I pose the question again to the viewers and to you guys. How long do you wait for your significant other to reach success? Like, what is an acceptable time? Do you wait? Do you keep supporting them even though that he's working this, like, maybe, or your, you know, significant other is working this, like, minimalistic job, right? They're not really, like, getting too much money. It's just very, like a, I don't want to say this, like, no shade to anyone, but like a Family Dollar, or like a grocery store or something like that. And they're not really making that much money. No shade. But, like, because you gotta make money. Everybody has to work, right? But, you know, no shade to anyone. But how long do you wait? You know, what's your breaking point? What happens?
I mean, honestly, I feel like as long as like everybody defines success differently, right? You feel me? So, yeah, if you're working like at a Family Dollar and you're only making like $12.50 an hour, that's kind of crazy. But at the same time, like if somebody has a dream and they're chasing it, they're passionate about it. Like it's not like he wasn't just doing nothing. He was really investing in himself, investing in his following, his time. He was doing something productive with his life, you know. So I think it was wrong for Shorty to just really kick him out. Like, where's the communication with that? Like, is it out of nowhere? Like, how you gonna just betray somebody that you spent all this time with, put all this effort, all this time, all this money you invested in him too, because he done been living with you for this amount of time already. You gonna jump off the bandwagon now? That's crazy. You gotta see it through, in my opinion. But now, hey, she didn't. He's up now. Shout out Desi, tweaker.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I feel like I kind of agree. I feel like you should stick it out. There's no limit on how long you stick it out. Stick it out. Because there is no time limit to when dreams come true. There is no time limit to when, goals are actually achieved. Sometimes things take longer than others took. Well, like sometimes situations might prevent you. You might what they say, I move 10 toes up. I move 10 steps up. They get pushed back 20. Sometimes that happen where, things might just seem like, oh, yeah, it's good. Everything's going well. Nothing's wrong. All the bills are paid. I'm on time with this. I'm on time with that. My savings is looking a little good right now. And then the water heater go in the house. That's $500 right there. Now you got to go in that savings.
It'd be like that, right?
It'd be like that. Like
It'd be like that.
I went through stuff like that, whereas though every time I feel like things is going right, something happens where now I gotta spend all this money. So it's like, when you're trying to like achieve goals, it's like I feel like your significant other should be patient with you. They should instead of rushing you to make things happen, they should support you because you never know. They can support you in any form of way. Like, I'm not just saying just be supportive and waiting it out. I mean, actually get in the mud with me. You might do something that might take this to the next level. Whereas though now it's a us thing instead of just a me thing. You might have a connection or you might run into somebody. But when your significant other is not invested in you or whatever you're doing, it might take you a little longer, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of you guys, for sure. But I want to bring up just another point. Like, as much as I agree with you, I also I would put stipulations on it. And maybe this is me being from a female's perspective, I'm not sure, but this is just like
we need a female perspective. Let's do it.
I would put
we gonna jump your ass, so let's do it.
You already know them hands, guys. So no, I'm just saying. But I feel like there needs to be like a solid game plan. Like what you can be pursuing your dream as much as you want, but what's the plan? Like I'm down with the plan, but what is it? Because a lot of times we have to understand that there are men or women, let's not even be like that. There are men and women who have this dream, but what's your plan? You know what I mean? Without a plan, there's nothing. Without what we just talked about in another episode. If you don't plan to wait, I just saw this clip. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Thank you. That one. I don't know why I mess it up every time, but that one. So I feel like, if a person has a solid plan and they're working their plan, you're gonna have setbacks where you have to rework your plan. But as long as you got that game plan, I'm rocking, right? And I also want to bring it back to what you said about having the other person. How can they assist with you? That's why I love the fact that the relationship I'm in, we're both on the same page with what we're trying to do. So I feel like that helps it. You know what I mean? If you're with someone, because I can see from just playing devil's advocate from another perspective, one person who maybe has to hold majority of the weight, it's not that they may not not believe in you. They might get tired of just having to hold the weight. A person can only take so much, and if they're not having that entrepreneurial spirit like you do, then they don't get it. You know what I mean? Even drawing back to what we said in the beginning, some people oh, stop dreaming, get a job. And it's like, because they don't, that's what they know. That's all they know. They can't even like see past like anything else besides like, let me work for this person and hopefully I can take a vacation this year. Instead of being like, no, like I'm taking over the world type of thing. So I feel like it also depends on the person, but those things need to be discussed as you're like dating and as you're like being with this person. Hey, I have big dreams. I have entrepreneurial dreams, right? This is what I want to do. So is you is you rocking with me or not? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's funny that you say that for real, because like, whenever I talk to my moms and stuff, like my dad, no offense, pops, but you a DH, bro. You one of them ones. But like my mom, she like always put up with it. I'm like, Mom, why you really like this dude? Because when I was a kid, I was like, I'm not a fool, bro. Right? But she was like, he always had a plan. Like when it came to like holding stuff down, when like things went wrong, he was 10 toes always, and like.
And she trusted him to lead.
And they still together for real. She trusted him to lead, like. He would hold it down, like I'm saying. He would just hold it down. If things needed to get done, it was done.
Right.
You feel me? She wouldn't have to worry about it, like, at all, ever. So,
yeah.
like, that's when you said that, it just made me think about that. Like, I was really like, dang, like.
See, the thing is,
Absolutely.
though, I'm gonna give you a flip side to all this, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
The ruffles and feathers is in action.
No. This ain't even gonna ruffle feathers, but this is like, it's women out there who won't even see the plan through.
It is.
You'll have the plan. You could be working towards the plan. She could see the setbacks and won't even relate to them, and then hop off the ship. Just like Desi Girl. She's a prime example. She seen a plan. He had the plan. She seen him working at it. Everybody's seen it. Millions of people seen him working the plan on Instagram and Facebook. We seen it. But she didn't believe in it, and she didn't wait for it. And now look at her. She's sitting back looking like, well, damn.
Yeah.
He didn't meet it.
I want to bring up, have you guys ever seen the movie Acrimony?
I haven't.
Okay, so Acrimony is it's a Tyler Perry film, but it has Taraji Henson. She stars in it, and basically, so she's with this guy in college, and he's like, he has this invention, this idea for this, like, I forget what it did. It's like some type of like electrical invention, right? And he's like pushing it so hard. He pushes it for years, right? And her mom dies during college. She gets this big fund. She gets all this, like, she has this like trust fund. She gets all this money, and she gets the house.
Okay.
And so after she graduates, they're together, and he's not working though. He's only like, she's working her fingers to the bone. Okay. Well, let me give more context. So in college, his car broke down. She bought him a new car because she had the money, right? His car breaks down. She buys him a new car before they even get married, right?
Wow.
He was living in a trailer. He finds she pulls up to the trailer one day. He's like with another girl having sex in the trailer.
Trailer park trash.
Yeah, trailer park trash, right? It's all these things that lead up, and all her sisters are telling her like, he's using you for your money. Like, stop, where don't marry him. She ends up marrying him. They're living in her the house she got handed down by her mother. He keeps he's pushing his idea. He has this invention. He keeps pushing. And, years and years and years go on. You see them aging in their face and everything, and he still didn't get it. He ends up, basically, she spends all her money, all the trust money she had, all the money she had put up. She ends up spending on, like, living expenses over the years. Like, not that she was blowing it, but just, it's gone now. So now she has to work. Yeah, right? So now she has to work, like, double, triple time. Now she's working, like, 2 and 3 jobs, and he's working on this invention, right? So she finally gets fed up, and she's like, you know what? Like, I can't. I'm done. Like, I'm done. And the reason why she said she was done was because she found the girl that he was cheating on her with back then. He ends up finding, disclaimer, like, spoiler alert. She ends up finding the business card. Like, he ends up running into her years later, and she's working for the company that he's trying to pitch his idea to. So he ends up like getting her business card. She ends up like, he ends up leaving it in his car or something, and she finds it. And she's like, you're still messing with this girl after all these years, after all I've done for you. Like, get out. Like, I'm done. The whole bit, all the things, right? So then so that happens. And then, don't you know, she pulls the girl pulls strings for him. He ends up becoming like a multimillionaire. Like, they end up buying the invention after all these years, right? And
Did
after
they get divorced first?
Yeah, they're already divorced. Well, they were like, yeah, divorce. Like, pretty much it was almost final. So she gets the So he gets all this money. So he ends up, and mind you, they end up losing their house too. She ends up losing the house because she couldn't keep up with the bills and he wasn't helping. So she ends up losing her mom's house. Well, all this come to find out all this time later, now he's a multimillionaire. Now he's engaged to the girl, the other girl, right? But what he did was he went back and gave her, I think he wrote her a check for like I forget what the amount was, but it was for like let's say a mill. Let's just say call it a mill for context sake. It was a cool mill. Plus he bought back her mom's house, right? And gave it to her and was like, yo, it's all good. Like, you know, I'm not saying we got to get back together. I'm not saying like nothing like that, but you held me down. And I know that you got frustrated with me. I get it. I understand. Like it took too long for you. You did so much for me. Here, take this and have a good life. And she couldn't, well, I won't say too much, but basically she couldn't accept that. After he made it, now she's on some stuff like, dang, like now I want to get back with you. But then she like shows up to his apartment, his condo, like naked under like a trench coat, and the fiance come out. Like it's like stuff like that. So y'all should watch the movie. It actually was a good movie, but
what's the name of it?
Acrimony.
Yeah.
But
I gotta look it up.
Oh, it's crazy. It gets crazy at the end. It gets crazy. But like I feel like that's the same thing. Like as S.E. Banks, like would you? So I'm gonna pose like a question like this: would you guys like if you guys were in a relationship with a girl and like she did so much for you, right, for so many years, but then you're just like you can understand where she was coming from with her like when she got fed up, like when a woman's fed up, like you know what I mean, you get it, like right. So would you go back and kind of help her out in that way? Like, would you go cut her a check? Like, this ain't nothing to me. You know, I'm a multi-billionaire at this point. Like, $1 million is nothing. Like, take this for your troubles, type of thing. Would you guys do something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I would too.
Know. I mean, maybe it's because like at this
Macho
point,
Man Randy Savage.
I mean, no shade, no hate. You feel me? I just feel like I ain't been in a relationship that's like impacted me that strongly for me to feel like I need to give any of my exes.
But no, we just saying like
if it was like that.
If it was in that position, if it was on like them terms, like what do you want to
man.
It's okay to say no. If you win, you win. It's your money.
If she left me, no.
But let's say like I'm gonna give you. Let me give you context. Let me give you more. Let me give you more context before you make your answer. She's homeless,
right.
but mind
from holding y'all down
for 20. Let's say 20 years, because it was about 20 years.
20 years.
She done bought you cars. She done like.
I just been chilling.
Yeah, you just been chilling, working on your invention.
Nah, I'm a breaker off.
All right.
Got you. That's why.
Yeah, like I could say if it was like a 5-year thing, is like. Whatever, but like 20 years to me is like
that's really
a lifetime, right?
Yeah,
like
no, but even if it was 5 years, if she lost a lot of money in 5 years taking care of both of y'all, then I'm saying like, you pop, you still got to, because it's like like I mean, it's like the end of the day,
you down, bro. You got.
Yeah,
like it was even a scene in the movie where he like blew the entire electrical system in her mom's house, so she had to like take money out to get
tripping.
Yeah, he was.
But
I also one thing I can say is, and that's like the big question with this movie. This is what made the movie good. Like it's not good because it's a good movie. It's good because of this right here debate. This is what made it good for me, because I feel like I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm like I'm so focused on my goal. I'm like, although I support myself, but you know what I mean. I'm like so focused on my goal, but it makes me think like, I admire his persistence. Because 20 years is a long time to be working on one invention until you completely get it right. To believe in yourself, but like to black out everyone's opinions for 20 years, to believe in yourself that long and for it to come through, to me, that's just like amazing in itself. That's a testimony in itself.
It seemed like he had the plan for it.
Yeah, right?
Like 20 years isn't like, it's no way you're just sitting there for 20 years and then all of a sudden the light bulb goes off. You got to it's trial and error with 20 years, I hope.
Right.
Yeah, because 20 years is a long time to not be doing nothing.
Factual.
Yeah, he was in there working. It would show like in the movie, it shows scenes of him in there like with his little electrical stuff. Like I think it was pretty much like some type of battery or something. Like it was something like I don't know. It doesn't even matter what it is, but it was something very, very useful.
That was going to change the game.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so I'm glad we all agree on that. So we're going to go into our next topic, which is kind of spicy. I could not believe this was a thing on the internet. This is like a topic that people are debating. Girls are coming out talking about it. Dating while pregnant. Wow. That's so crazy. What do we think about it? Do we like it? Do we accept it? Would you date a pregnant girl? Like, what's going on? Let me know how y'all feel, because it's crazy. I
personally think dating a pregnant girl, like currently pregnant woman, is kind of wild. Personally, for me, like, because that baby fresh. He's not even baked out the oven yet. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like he was made less than 9 months ago. You feel me? So like, it's not even about that. It's just like, and then that's a huge responsibility that I don't want. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to play stepfather right now. I'm just trying to focus on me. I just got a new crib. Shout out Harleysville.
Shout out you.
Shout out to you.
You feel me? So I don't need no cribs in that junk. Not right now.
No crumb snatchers,
Lord,
right?
Lord willing, no Lord willing. You feel me?
What do you think, Jay? Mr. Ruffles of Feathers is here. Let him have it. Bop, bop, bop. Let him have it.
Here's the thing.
You know, I already did it, huh?
I'm not going to date you while you're I'm not going to date you while you are pregnant, but I hit it. I hit it this little while she pregnant. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. The pregnant ones, they are some of the best ones. That's all I'm going to say. You know, the reason why I wouldn't date someone, because it's like, at the end of the day, you might still mess with your baby father, but that's like a lot of feelings involved. But I would say I would just say like this: keep it sexual. That's it. Because look, the end of the day, she might be going through her baby father. He might just be locked up. She might need somebody to, like, come and, tap it up a couple times for her. Might just be tap, ting, ting. Hold it down. Hold her while she sleep at night. And move a little bit. Have a little motion in the ocean. That's all we're saying. Like,
I'm
you say that to
cracking
the
up.
little baby, reach down there.
And then you become a stepdaddy in that way. But at the end of the day, you ain't got the responsibilities, because at least the dad's still gonna be there.
So I'm gonna kick it to you how I'm gonna bring it to you from my research in this subject, right? Because there was, believe it or not, there's girls documenting their pregnancy as they date. And so I tapped into that because I was so, like, for me, it's a big no, right? That's just, I'm a female, that's just like, is no. But there are females, so I'm going to explain the dynamics of it. Most of these girls, the majority from what I saw from the research I did, most of these girls are not having, like, literally like 85, like 90% of them are not having sex. They're just dating, right? Because we didn't talk about sex, I was dating. Y'all brought sex into it, and that's fine. It is what it is, but most of these girls are just literally dating, so they're going out on dates, right? Mm-hmm. And
but like with that though, like, why would you not want to be with the father of your baby? Well,
so that's another thing I was going to bring up. So some of them actually got they had what do you call it? Sperm donors. Yeah, sperm donors.
Actually, I heard about that. I've been hearing about
like
that.
Some of them, they just like, they're getting like an age where they want to have kids, but they don't have anyone they necessarily like love, and they just want to have kids, so they kind of took it that route. So there is no other father involved. You know what I mean? So I think that adds a different dynamic to it. And then another cut. There was like a lot of girls who are getting gifts, like they're getting like flowers and gifts and like their baby wish list sent to their house from these men who literally are just dating them. Like, they're not interested in sex yet. They're just dating them, and they're trying to figure out like if they even like them. And I figure from my perspective, when I was thinking about it, because I was like, this is really a wild world we live in. Like,
yeah, it is
crazy, right? But I was thinking like maybe there's men who know they can't have kids, and maybe they're getting up there in age, and they kind of like, that's where they're at. Like you just said, you're young, you fresh out of college, you just got a new crib, like you not trying to get tied down. But there's other people who've been there, lived their life, and they haven't found that person, and maybe they're still looking for that person. Maybe they still want to be a part of raising a child, and that's how, because that's the only way I could see it. Because I feel like most people, I don't know, I'm not saying this for sure, I'm just saying how I was thinking. Like, most men aren't just going to want to take on another responsibility with the father in the picture. Like you said, what if the father's incarcerated or away for some point? Right. You know what I mean? And they come back around, and now it's drama, and now it's like problems.
It's going to be like Baby Boy.
Right. Yeah. Jody don't love me no more.
Is that Jody?
That little Jody. Shout out to Taraji P. She coming through in this episode. All her movies popping out. But yeah, like I feel like that adds different perspectives, right? Because I really I was watching so many, and these girls are documenting their whole when they need a ride to their doctor's appointment. Sometimes these people are coming. Sometimes these guys are coming through, giving them a ride, and then coming to pick them up, not going in. Sometimes they go in. It depends. I just can't believe. Well, one, I just surprises me that this is a thing. But I want to pose a question to the viewers, YouTube world. If you were pregnant as a woman, would you date while you're pregnant? And flip side, men, would you date a woman that's pregnant? And it's not
Let
your
us
baby?
know.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Chat us up, because you know one thing, we gonna reply to them comments. One thing about it, so let us know. And yeah, we're about to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Make sure you guys stay locked in, because you know once you locked in, ain't no switching up.
Switching.
We'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Ranting Raving Pod. Listen, we're about to get into a little scenario before we get into mentality. We're going to show off with mentality. Listen, so I saw this on the internet, right? And it made me really question this. So, okay, so it said if your friend made an insensitive comment about someone you love that passed away from traumatic circumstances, and they didn't apologize to you, right? Would you end the friendship? Would you know what I mean? Would you try to ignore it? What would you do? Because we gotta think, let's say someone died in a car accident, right? Mm-hmm. And someone kind of made a joke that was super insensitive about it. And, this is someone that you love. This was someone, it may not have to be a car accident. It could be any circumstance, but a traumatic circumstance. And, the friend, you just felt like your friend was being insensitive towards you. Viewers, I'm asking you, but I'm also asking you as well. How would you guys feel about it? And what would you do about it?
I mean, initially, if you say something and then, they're like, nah, get over it type. I'm like, bro, because, I'm sorry, hold on. Jokes supposed to be funny. Jokes are going to be made. But if I say something and you don't acknowledge it, I feel like I'm going to have an issue with you. I need you to say something oh, my bad, it's not that serious. Oh, nah. I mean, but at the same time, it's a joke. I know he's not. Nah. I need you to say something. I need you to be like, okay, yeah, my bad, bro. It's not, you feel me? I'm not on that type of time. It's just.
So you would want an apology in order to make it right?
Yeah.
What if the person didn't apologize to you? What if they were just you tripping? You acting like a girl? Man up? What would you do then?
What you talking about? Acting like a female, bro? But if I stole you in your face right now, it's like, nah.
Let's pop it off.
Let me chill out. Nah, it's just bro, what you talking about? I'm acting like a female talking about, bro, you just said some wild stuff. My grandmother died this way. That's not cool, bro. People go through things. This is not okay. But
yeah.
You feel me? I don't want to dampen the joke time. You feel me though? Because at the same time, dudes' egos do be hurt on some shit. And they get the rah-rah, especially in front of people. You feel me? That's why
that makes a difference.
You feel me? But at the same time, it's just my demand for an apology was not that serious. You could have just been yeah, my bad, bro, and then it'd be all good. But if you really gonna stand on business, then I'll make you stand on that type.
What you think, Dre?
If someone was to make a joke about, even make a joke nearly remote about how one of my folks or friends died. Nook, if you book, right? Nook, if you book. Listen. I'm swinging. It's no words.
You just take it off?
It's not even going to be the slightest hint that I'm going to swing. It's going to come so fast. It's going to be Sonic boom. That's how quick it's going to come. It's going to come so fast, and I'm gonna sleep you because I'm not going to do two swings. It's going to be one good fast, powerful swing right up in here. I forget what movie it was. No, it was Baby Boy. Since we was talking about Baby Boy tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Raji.
You're going to hit him in the mouth and the nose. Preferably the nose. You feel me? You going to hit him there. That's what you're going to do, because you're not going to. That's not nothing to play about. Like, we can't even be like, haha, bro. No.
Nah. Of course.
We can't even play with that, because it's like, I don't care if 2 months pass, 3 months pass, 5 years pass. We ain't never joking about that.
Yeah, because there's no time limit on grief.
Right.
You don't know if you fully grieve from that or not.
Right. Now, I don't care if you joke about them and things that they did in their life. That's fine. I do that about my dead folks. I'm always, listen, I kill them to this day, even though y'all like the grave. Y'all know it's always been up. I'm going to see y'all when we get up there too. It's up there too. It's up there too. But far as how it happened or anything concerned around the death, or let's say like somebody joke about car, like if you know that like my folk died in like a car accident, like I tell you that. And then like after that, you make jokes about like car accidents. It's like, all right, really, my nigga?
Yeah.
For real?
Because doesn't it, like the way you just put it, it almost makes it feel intentional.
Right.
You especially a person who's like still in grief, you're like, are you coming for me?
Exactly.
Like, it may sound defensive, but
You're talking crazy.
Yeah, like you talking crazy. Are you talking to me directly? Are you
now,
trying to like?
I'm not saying that I don't laugh at car crash jokes.
Like,
I'm not saying I don't laugh at that.
Yeah.
But if I just told you that about my folks and then you go make one after that, now it's like you're...
Placement's crazy.
Yeah.
Placement's
I'm gonna get a little egg.
Feel me?
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
gonna get a little...
I feel like apologies go a long way.
It's gonna turn. It's like that. That's how like the ghetto chicks think.
You want to write? I want to tussle.
Back in the day, like...
Yo, they still do it. They do, Dre. Do it again one more
chicks
time.
be like... they be like tuning it up. Like, you leaving all this open. You just... tuning it up over here.
Not tuning it up. Where I can't get...
Nah, bro. Listen. When I was in middle school, I seen some shit like that happen, bro.
They was tuning it up like this. That was
This
hard.
8th grade girl beat up this 7th grade boy on my bus, bro. When
That's a girl.
Yeah, bro. Big John, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, in middle school, the girls be bigger than the boys.
Like
Yeah,
Rasputia
So
type
it's like,
John.
you know what I'm saying?
How you doing?
Little Slim, little cuz, he's talking crazy. Going on her. Caught his ass. Caught him. Bow. I'm like, oh.
She had the yitties all in his face and everything.
Slim.
He thought he was getting motorboated while he was getting beat up.
Real live,
She tuned it up on her.
Real live, bro.
That's how she was.
Man.
Bro, right.
Yo, and
Yitty bopping.
that's exactly why.
Walking mill, man.
That's exactly why an apology goes a long way. So long story short, give your friends apology. But before we end up the show, we're gonna hand it off to Dre for mentality. What you got for us today, Dre?
All right, yeah. So listen, yeah, man. Welcome to mentality, where it's not about the gender, but it's more about the mental. You know what I'm saying? So look, right tonight, we're going to talk about success obligations. Like, since we all three artists, this makes this conversation really good, because as you see, the backlash that Meek Mill is getting from all these Philly people that's coming out, that's interviewing with academics, which is
Shout out to Quilly.
which is like a reach. Like, I'm not shouting none of y'all out. I'm gonna just start there. Like I'm him. I ain't shouting none of y'all out. No, because it's like the end of the day, man. What's to really be gained about exposing somebody? And then the thing is that I'm not gonna lie. Since you just brought up Quilly, cool. We'll start with him.
I just thoroughly enjoyed his interview. I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I cut it off.
What? At what part?
As soon as he said, I don't got no real problem with him. My only problem is that he ain't do a song with me. I cut it off. Why am I obligated to do this? I get where he was coming from.
That's a fair, yeah.
I get it. But at the same time, you don't got a problem with me, but you going on this whole tirade. And you don't got no, the only problem is that I didn't do a song with you and put you on. So not you didn't, take your artistry and try to get in the game by any ways, because I personally don't think that Meek at the time, the person that he was, no shade or nothing like that, but you wasn't the type of person that could just get somebody, like, be the reason why somebody not getting on. Like, Who's listening to you? To be like, yeah, don't put him on. Ain't nobody, no, ain't no big wigs and all these companies going to say, well, you know what? Meek said don't put him on. I don't think that happened. Shout out to Meek. No disrespect, nothing like that. I'm just saying it's like you was just getting in the game. Like, you might got that pulled now. But back then, when he talking about, I ain't thinking, well, you know what? That wasn't even, I mean, Meek was still in like the game. He was in it for like a good while then. But still, it's still like, I just feel like, go ahead, my fault.
I have a question. No, you good. I have a question though, right? So I thought this came to my mind too. Because I watched Dean's interview and I watched Quilly's. I didn't watch all of Dean's, but I watched most of Dean's, right? And I felt the opposite. I felt like Dean had this like false sense of entitlement. I felt like he was more like, oh yeah, the Dream Chasers ain't eating. Our hands are out. Feed us. You didn't feed us, so now we're broke.
No, I was giving him too.
Right, but I feel like Quilly was more like
off too.
But I feel like Quilly was more. There was a part in the interview, you should have watched it, because I'm gonna tell you, there's a part in the interview where he breaks down why he felt that way. Right, Meek, when he was locked up, was
no. I heard.
Was giving him. You heard. He was giving him jail talk. Oh yeah, when I come out, we gonna do a track, bro. Da 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 da. If you're in jail, you need to let somebody know. Hey, get your money up, because when we get out, I'm gonna do a track. There needs to be a financial. Specify. So if you're just saying let's do a track, like
what I was telling you with the situation, but go ahead.
Okay. You don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what I'm saying. I don't know, but I don't know what he's talking about, but we'll talk about after this. Let me make
bro in jail and Meek telling him, we going to get
No, Meek's in jail.
Meek's in jail.
Meek's in jail, and they talking, and basically he telling Quilly like, yeah, when I go home, it's we gonna do a track together. And then when he get home, instead of saying let's do the track, he say, oh no, it's 75,000 now. So for me, I feel like with Dean, it was more of a begging situation, but with Quilly, it was more like he was taking it back because it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't saying that Quilly was begging. I'm not saying that.
It felt like that.
I'm just saying that when he said that I don't got no problem with him, it's just that he ain't do like the track with me. It's like, I feel like, so you willing to like try to like destroy his name all because of that? I mean, well, it's probably not just because of that, but it's like the fact that you even mad about that. It's like, come on, bro. Like, thing is, I like Quilly. He can rap. I just feel like you gotta like, where do you take accountability for why you didn't get as far? Because the same way that Meek got on, you could have got on. I'm pretty sure that if you was dropping some hit records and you got hot mixtape after hot mixtape, you know, somebody gonna come and like scoop you too. But it's like, the thing is that, you know, to just say, you know, it's all his fault. Like, that's what I got from it. It's all his fault.
So I think the way you said it first threw me off a little bit, right? Because I felt like you were just trying to like, I felt like it was given that you were trying to say like, oh, like Quilly was looking for a handout. But for that, I can understand that, right? And I agree with you that. But I also want to say is nobody scoops anywhere for anywhere. You work hard enough. Quilly didn't work hard enough, and that's what it comes down to.
Right.
Like, Quilly didn't put the work in that he should have. Meek put that work in, because honestly, like I say this all the time, everybody's talented, everybody's hot, everyone has a good song. Who cares who can rap better? I don't care about none of that, because who's working harder than who?
Right, exactly.
Because that's what gets you in the positions that you're in. And so if Quilly's on that, like, I enjoy Quilly not because of his raps. I barely listen to Quilly's music. I don't care. I really think he's really a comedic person. I think that he's like, you know, I think he's such a character that he draws people in. And if he worked harder, he could have been more successful.
He had his foot in the door. You was on
Meek don't have no personality.
You was on Flex. You was on Kev. So it's like he had his foot in the door.
And he still said,
you heard they said Meek autistic.
Going.
He possibly. You know, it's a possibility. You know what I mean? It's possible because my brother's autistic. I've been around autistic people, and they do some autistic people do have
But they smart though. Too.
Yeah, they're
very smart.
They're out of this world with intelligence, but some of them are socially awkward in some ways, compared to what we would consider. Right. So we can maybe say that, but there's nothing wrong with that if it is. But the problem with Meek Mill is that I feel like right now they brought up a good point, right? Or I'm gonna just say it. Name one artist who's come out in Meek Mill's defense saying like, oh no, artists don't, Meek Mill don't block people's bags. Name one. Nobody has come to Meek's defense. Where's O'Malley? Where's the Dream Chasers? Where's the team? Where's anyone saying, hey, no, Meek doesn't block a bag. No, Meek actually cares about his city. Everybody keeps saying Uzi the one.
No, Melly's still cool with Meek. They still
Right, but
rocking
who is
with
coming to his defense publicly?
I mean, because
if
it's
your
the
man
thing
right now,
is,
if somebody comes start coming for Snap, if somebody start coming for Snap right now.
Hold on. I know where you're going with this. Like, unless it's like what I'm about to say. I personally think that Meek should shut up and stop tweeting.
I agree, but
I
also,
wouldn't even respond to none of this.
But also, it's looking. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. He does need to shut up.
Because if somebody was talking about Snap, if somebody was talking about Snap, I'm telling Snap from like the background, don't respond to none of it. We not responding to none of that.
But he keeps responding.
And that's
what's
the thing
keeping it alive for real.
That's what's keeping it alive. Only him keep responding.
Right. And it's like I feel like Hov probably pulled him to the side and they're like, yo, listen, man, you gotta
he couldn't have because he been tweeting today.
But
he tweets every single day. He's not. But my thing is, somebody needs to come up and be like, no. At least, even if you're not debating, at least step up and have his back to say he's not stopping people's bags. Because right now it's a bad narrative about Meek in the city. Look, it's people saying that Meek it won't bring anyone with him. That he's going to Louisiana, all these other places to go find artists.
I mean, I've been saying that for years. That he go out.
Right, but what I'm saying is this is a negative.
No diss to Lee Mason, but that wasn't no sign.
You think
I'm sorry, no diss to her.
Do you think the issue is he's not seeing no Philly rappers to like invest in?
Or do you think signed her?
What'd you say?
Do you think like it's the issue is like he's not finding no Philly rappers to invest in, or like he's just not coming out to invest?
I don't know what it is personally, but I'm gonna say I'm just saying the general consensus. This is nothing personal for me. I love Meek. I listen to his music very often, right? Yeah. I don't listen to Quilly, even though I'm taking Quilly side on this. I don't listen to Quilly because I listen to Meek. But
I fool with Lil Snoop.
I love Snoop, but you gotta understand. I'm just saying, like the general consensus that people are saying, like the whole thing is that people are saying that Meek is like a bag blocker, that he doesn't put his city on, that he doesn't. Not only does he not help people, but he blocks people.
But this is the thing.
You see what I'm saying? So like that's a negative look for you. So someone should step up and be like, say like, hey, no, like even if they're not like, if they should at least be like, no, like what y'all not gonna do is say that he blocked people bags. What y'all not gonna do is say he don't care about.
Nobody don't gotta say that. I wouldn't.
They need
for what?
To.
Because it's like, look, the thing is, let people talk. Everybody got their narrative, but it's like the thing is no, because like he going back and forth with like academics, so it's like and it's like the thing is, I feel like that's stupid because I wouldn't even have responded to none of that.
You should never even started it, right?
I feel like this, right? Yes, I've questioned some of his signings before, but my thing is that I feel like he's not obligated to sign nobody from the city. Mm-hmm. He did sign Lee Mason. I wouldn't have did that.
Right.
Like
he's obligated to sign who works hard, right?
That was the wrong one. I feel like he could have signed somebody else, but it was probably something in them that he said, I don't want to take them there because they're probably not ready. I don't know what he was thinking at the time, but that's where like I'm getting to my whole point of success obligations, because like when you listen like to Dean and he got like his hand out, the thing is that look, if I'm gonna put y'all on payroll, I'm gonna put y'all on payroll. But to just be around it like me giving y'all handouts, I'm not doing that. Because now like the thing is, now it's like that's basically like my daily budget. And like the thing is, I'm one artist who've always said once I get where I'm going, you're not going to see 30, 40 people in my entourage. No, I'm moving small. You're going to see me and my security. That's who you're going to see me with.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I got a couple of my family members with me, cool, but it's like, I'm not, what's the point of having so many people here? No, I've been saying this for years. If y'all not here serving no purpose, if y'all not here working, if y'all not getting like the ice for me, the towels for me, making sure, if y'all not working, why y'all here? Y'all just here just like enjoying it. So now, y'all being here, now it's like, oh, I'm obligated now to do X, Y, and Z for you, when it's like, yo, if y'all wasn't here, think about it like this, right? If y'all wasn't here, where y'all gonna be? Back at the crib? At least y'all being here, y'all seeing something. Like y'all getting like a vibe. Y'all getting to eat free.
Yeah.
Y'all getting to be around stars that y'all probably never be around.
Right.
Y'all getting to be around some like background stuff. It's like, come on. So it's like, how y'all feel about that? Cause I know we wrapping up, but like, how y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all feel like with y'all being artists, do y'all feel like y'all are obligated? Cause me, I feel like I look at my people around me now. Anybody that's not working hard in their life, I'm not taking you with me. Because all you're going to do is bring me down all in the end.
That part.
So how do y'all feel?
I ain't got nothing else to say, but I agree. That part. Like, that part only. Like, you work hard or you work alone.
I mean, I got people, like I said earlier, I had people that ain't really believe in me. Like, Like they question my decisions even to this day.
Right.
Like, but still, I do got people that do believe it. It took a minute for my mom to come around. For real. I ain't gonna hold.
They're gonna be the hardest ones.
I ain't gonna tell, yeah, moms, and then like mom's friends, and man, like aunts and uncles, man, they was like, oh, what's he doing? Like, I seen the video, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, but they ain't been around for real. Like they wasn't here for the journey for real. So it's like, like they can stay out their way. They can have their opinions. Hey, haters tune in too.
But here's the thing, though. Bro, you got to be aware of the people that's been around for the journey, though, because some of them that's been around for the journey, they might not be hard workers. You got to look at them in their life because you might have family members that support you really much. Like, they support you. They might keep reposting, yada, yada, yada. But when they come to their own personal life, they're lacking. They're not working hard at all. They have no hard work ethic in them whatsoever. And then when you get where you at, now they want to get a job with you. Well, what make me think that you going to work harder for me than you was working hard before in life? You're not going to work harder for me.
Amen.
You're going to be more lax now because it's one word behind that: family. So you got to look at the ones that still, like, look at the ones that still supporting and like that's around. But be aware and look at their situation. How hard is they work in life? How serious do they take their life and their everyday obligations now? Because if they lazy, they gonna be even lazier when you touch the bag, bro.
That part. And on that note, we're about to wrap it up. Breezy Trees, thank you so much for coming through.
Preach.
Let them know where.
Yeah.
No, I had to amen you because I was like, I want you to let them know where they can find you. Let them know what you have going on as we're wrapping up.
Listen, it's Breezy Trees right here, yo. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Breezy. That's BREEZY _ trees TREEZ 1. Cause I do this shit too easy. Think my bad about the cussing.
You good. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, nah. Y'all can find me on Instagram. Y'all can also find me on all platforms at Breezy Trees. I have a couple new singles on the way for y'all. Stay tuned. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've been thinking about right now, like doing a whole album. Like, I feel like I just be jumping back back and forth so much, like with different types of music that I can't put it all together in one project.
You can do whatever album you want. Just make a plan and make it plain.
Yeah, don't be like everybody when they be like, yeah, sonically this doesn't go with this one album. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I be feeling sometimes for real.
If you got some Latin vibes over here and you got some Afrobeats vibes over here, put it all together.
Yeah, just make it make sense for you and go from there.
And then shop every single because then you're going to have everybody on it. But listen, man, it's your boy, the hood villain. I mean, your favorite villain. I'm about to say the hood villain. It's your favorite villain, Too Cocky Dre, a.k.a. Mr. Ruffle Some Feathers. I hope I ain't ruffle a lot of feathers. I'm seeing this episode. Psych, yes, I do. But listen, though, man, make sure that y'all tap in with us, man. Ranting Raving. Y'all follow me on Instagram at 2Cocky Dre, the number 2, the word cocky, the word DRE. And listen, man, come follow and see like what I'm doing. Come get into them stories. I'm about to go live soon. Make sure that y'all tap into the vibe soon. Make sure that y'all on them pink drinks. Make sure that y'all on that Boulevard fashion. Y'all know how we doing it, man. Stereotype.
All right, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube at Stereotype Radio and stay locked in because once you locked in, they'll switching up. We will see you guys next week.
Say no.
Wind it up for him one more time, Dre. Wind it up for him. How they be?
Yeah.